everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays. Not the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. This is indeed a different game. It's called Oxygen Not Included. Where we are pumping out just oodles and oodles of unbreathable carbon dioxide, but otherwise feeling okay. Let's take a quick moment, remind ourselves. It's like, wow, we've generated 4,000 milligrams of oxygen today. But that's because the day has just begun. 61.7 kilos of oxygen, no power wasted, generated calories, stress is almost zero. Everything's going well, but we are facing problems, and I remember, actually 100%. Why do you keep running out of power? That's what scares me. I remember precisely what we were doing here. Again, I find myself wondering how. It must be because of this. Did we get our next level of research done? No, advanced power regulation is not done yet. We need to replace some of our wires, maybe many of our wires, with higher capacity wires so that we can avoid the circuits overloading, which I think is contributing to our power having problems here. But anyway, we set up another gas pump. The gas pump is going to pump more hydrogen down here, which is why we're down here building up what essentially is going to amount to a larger hydrogen gas storage. And we're going to move the vent down here as well. So I think what I'm going to do is like tile, airlock, and then we still have this area. Remember, we can make regular water out of polluted water. It's not as, I mean, we would prefer to not have to, but I can sort of live with it. If we desperately need clean water, we can do it. We still have not set up a water sieve for even this water right here, but I'm relatively unconcerned about that. We're at like 100% power usage, which, again, I don't really know if that's good or terrible, but I will say, for now, it is what it is. How's that? Does that tickle your fancy? We'll put a tile there. We'll put a, I'll just put a manual airlock for now, because, again, this is going to be a poisonous area pretty soon. Research is still being done. We are still trying to get automation off the ground, but it's not my number one priority. My number one priority is making sure that we don't accidentally overpressurize this, ergo making, and I mean, it's already overpressurized, but the thing is, if we overpressurize this, it's not going to pump enough hydrogen out of our system, I think. By not pumping enough hydrogen out of our system, we're going to continue to face some pretty serious problems, I think, like hydrogen gas getting deposited. Luckily, the hydrogen gas is mostly going to come up like here for now, but eventually we want that space to be available for us anyway. So let's get some priorities going here, because I gotta be honest, I'm still really pleased with the way that this is going. It's going a lot better. Again, these should be priority 9s, but we'll figure it out. It's going a lot better than I would have expected, considering I haven't played the game in a few months. I think we're doing a relatively good job of making sure that we handle our crises as they appear, and I know that I've been saying that on every single episode, but it's been true. Gosh darn it, it's been true. It's real to me. I do still, yeah, like, that's the thing, is like, why are these... Maybe we don't want to have a wire bridge here? We just want to, but it's already wired. Yeah, I'm confused. I mean, the real thing, I guess, is that I don't really understand what makes the difference between, you know, a wire accepting... Like, here's what I think is happening. We got so much power being produced, it's being pumped through, like, a couple of wires, and the wires are not used to handling that capacity. So, once our research is done, I guess every kind of, like, main line of power is going to have to be replaced with the one that strictly has a higher capacity before dying. Now, we do have to be very careful about the way that things go here, because we want to build this. We need to crack into this. We need to build a lot of pipes in here. We also don't want... I mean, this is good water, which is fantastic, but we don't want our units breathing the hydrogen gas, if possible. Oh, food is decayed. I just don't understand why they choose to put it in the ration box when we have refrigerators. Almost, you know what? This could be a terrible decision. Deconstruct that ration box so that they only use the refrigerator. I hope. I'm also going to make a priority 9 ladder right here. And we need this priority 9 ladder in order to build the piping down here. We probably should have a double airlock situation set up. But I want to get this done. It's not going to get done today, but I want to get it done by tomorrow. I also would love for our research to get done by tomorrow. Okay, so we probably have like a ridiculous amount of food just chilling here on the ground. This is a priority 10. Sweep this stuff up, put it in the fridge. I do appreciate you building the ladder right now. Don't expect it to get done immediately, that's okay. Sweep up that meal ice. Thank you, thank you. Put it in the refrigerator. You're not putting it in the refrigerator. Where are you taking this meal ice? You're putting it in the storage box up here. No, you're putting dirt in there. What are you doing with the meal ice? I don't want it to go bad. Would very much like you. I see you, Kate. I see you. You're working hard. Where are you putting that meal ice? Into the refrigerator. Okay, acceptable. Thank you. And for the first time in 20 years, we no longer have an unrefrigerated food claim. Except for that one, which is just rotten. That fridge is full. These fridges are acceptable. They know what they're holding. That's fine. Yeah, so I don't know. We're kind of in like a... Oh my god, so much food is decaying like immediately. Sweep that up. It's a priority 9. Get this rotten food out of here. Made less calories today. Wait, that's... There we go. Made less calories. Added a lot of germs, admittedly. Added oxygen. Added power. That's good. I think it's actually very good that we added power. Or sorry, that we added oxygen. Because the algae terrariums were not running for the whole day. So, it's a big positive, I think. Now, you gotta sweep up the trash. Like, all this bad food, get it out of here. Get it out of my face. Of course, I am worried about ladder construction as well, but this is where things are going to get a little dicey. So we're flooding this area down here. Nick has gotten cold. It is 22 degrees, which, to be honest with you, is fairly cold water. I'm not going to dispute that. All right, so we want to... This is going to be the quickest and safest deployment we've ever had in this game. We're going to do pipes. I don't even know if that pipe will work, because we have to deconstruct that vent. But those pipes are going to be priority 9. And then we're going to have created a much larger hydrogen area here. And moreover, the hydrogen area is going to... it's going to dump the hydrogen at the bottom, which is essential because hydrogen floats, so it'll avoid overpressurization. Now, half of this gas vent is submerged in water. That's a fairly easy fix if we start to run into trouble, but... Okay, the gas vent has been entombed. That needs to be dug out 100%. With a priority 9. Everything I do is priority 9, okay? And then finally, the gas vent here needs to be deconstructed, which I'll admit is going to be a little cumbersome, but the piping is working. This should be working. Yep, and if I see you spit out hydrogen, I'm going to be a happy camper. Hydrogen. It appears to be working. And we've also just finished our next level of power. So we want a heavy watt wire. Cannot be run through tiles. I don't understand. It's because it's touching a tile on either side. Well, this is causing a problem, and this is causing a problem. Like, I don't know if that's going to do it, but... Don't deconstruct the ladder. Deconstruct the wire bridge, because it's trash anyway. I guess wire bridges maybe have lower capacity. I'm like 0% worried about decor. I'm 100% worried about this thing just functioning. But anyway, the point is, now that we have this kind of hydrogen area here, we also have the theoretical chance for like a hydrogen generator to function for us, which is awesome. We've also got an algae... polluted water. We've got an algae store here, which is extremely useful because we have been using a lot of it. Now this circuit's getting overloaded. I'm not sure if it's just like passing the buck or whatever, but how much do these cost? 100 per square. Outrageous. Can't build it through the door, huh? Can't you? Well, then it's not going to be that useful, is it? Yeah. Well, I don't really know if this is going to be good. But I think we've done an okay job of kind of nipping it in the bud. We continue to operate essentially at 100% efficiency. I think it's actually a bad thing. It means we're using too much power. How much copper do we have? Only 1,000. So automation could really help us curtail our power consumption. Like, we probably want to be producing oxygen at all times. We're basically at an equilibrium for oxygen. We're producing a lot less power today. Are we running maybe less coal generator? I don't know. So this is very clear to me now. Bear is doing nothing, so let's have him research anything. When something is harvested, it needs to be swept, like, immediately. Otherwise, it runs the risk of going bad. And while we're doing fine on food right now, we don't necessarily have, like, a lot of time before it goes bad, you know? And we also don't have a huge, I would say, like, comfort period between when... Let me put it this way. If a couple of harvests go bad, we starve. It comes down to that, I think, as simply as possible. So I do think the next step for us is probably the creation of a water sieve. And I still don't really know where I'm going to put it. But I think here makes sense. Oh, there's polluted oxygen. Okay, so no, we got a couple of things to do. How bad is it? It's breathable, but it's polluted. And very toxic. Is it... polluted water maybe leads to the creation of polluted oxygen? I'm not sure. So let's start with oxygen, a deodorizer. It does require power. Where's our closest... I mean, these things all take power. So we'll put a deodorizer, like, right here. And again, that's going to be a priority 9. And then we just want this to be safe and non-toxic. And then we're going to maybe dig up here and put our water sieve here. So it's going to suck up this junk water, or any junk water that we route to it, and then spit out clean water into this over here. And we're not going to hit equilibrium, but I think we're not going to be too far away. I have noticed stress is, in general, rising right now. Which I think is a bad sign. Oh, you know what? Never mind. We do not need... Bear, what, you're idle? You don't do deliveries? Okay. Why aren't you doing research then? Is somebody else researching? We don't have 10 kilograms of water? Why don't you go get some water? There's... Like, I'm a little upset because there's plenty of water. Alright, we're like at exactly equilibrium in every capacity right now. More overload damage, which I apparently remain incapable of solving. I'm trying to think of what the effects would be if we deconstructed like half these batteries. Maybe we would actually store power, or at least like disable a few. We're not wasting any power right now, but we're also storing essentially none. Or it looks like we're storing none. Which is kind of like equally bad, but looks highly breathable here. I'm very happy about that. Look at this, dude. The hydrogen is getting extremely dense. So if we wanted to build a hydrogen generator, I think the way that works is, yeah, I don't believe you need a pump. I believe you essentially would just build it and wire it up. And then it would run whenever necessary. It would pump that hydrogen out of there pretty well, I think. So let's plan for that. Let's plan for getting a hydrogen generator up and running even before the water sieve. Because water, even though the game is trying to suggest that it's a problem, I don't truly believe that it's a problem. I believe that power remains kind of like our extreme issue as we speak right now. Dig that out. That's enough copper to get the job done, I think. Now, someone's got to get the unlucky job of holding their breath. And again, remember, you lose like a little bit of, let me put it this way. These energy exchanges tend to be inefficient, I think. So sure, matter can, you know, neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed between one or more forms. But, you know, we're not capturing all the hydrogen we make with the electrolyzer. Some of it is, for whatever, filtering up here. So we're not like, we don't have a perfect system where all the hydrogen is going to make power. I think that's the case, at least. So I really want to see this deodorizer function well as well, because, again, it is, like, mad polluted down here. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Are you like, wow, my room is really clean?
It is. It's so clean. Who did that?
Magical fairy.
Magical fairy. A.K.A. my lawfully wedded wife. There's something about that expression that's, I wouldn't say, it's, like, nefarious. But it makes it seem like it's a stipulation in contract law. My lawfully wedded wife. How do we... Like, this is a thing. Again, I think we plant... Heavy watt joint plate. Joint plate. Allows wires to be run through wall and floor tiles. Try something like that. Yeah. Maybe that'll solve the problem here. I don't think that's causing our power to be lost, but I also, I mean, if we're being straight up with one another, I don't know. 2,000 kilos of copper. So we'll start, and I think, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have these be normal wires, but we want to do something like that. We want to build these out before we even hook up the hydrogen generator, so that it's good to go. We want to spend as little time as possible in hydrogen generation town. We probably, if I'm being real with you, should not build our hydrogen generator on top of a bunch of water. So I'm maybe thinking like a little mopping. It's not like any more water is being produced up there, so we'll tile it up. We could have built it with like mesh tiles or something, but I want to see how Austin's stress changes when he comes down here, by the way. Nick's stress is really bad. What's your problem? Soggy feet and chilly surroundings. But it's temperate. I guess in some places it is getting a little chilly. Oh, what's the temperature in here? 23 degrees. That's pretty. I mean, it's... Look, if I was in my apartment and it was 23, I might be erring on the side of it being mildly chilly, but I don't think so. I think that's pretty darn close to an ideal temperature. You may be right. And I may be crazy. Alright, so the hydrogen is obviously, like, there's just too much of it at this point. Do you think we can build this generator before night falls over Cortadala? Prioritize level 9, because we already... Okay, good. Okay, so get that built ASAP. And my thinking is now we just got an area down here that might almost even be breathable. But we'll see. You're delivering copper. No, you're picking up water. That's fine as well. I am growing increasingly skeptical that we're going to make this happen. Nick is getting increasingly stressed. Which room is Nicholas's? Mathis, Austin, Josh, Kate, Nick. Well, to be honest, my friend, I think you've earned yourself a space heater. I don't know where we're going to put it. Starting tomorrow, you've earned yourself a space heater. Could you just get a massage instead? Would that be acceptable? We're on 4,200 kilos of algae, so when they say not like insufficient resources, I think that just means they're not getting where they need to go. Probably because I've been issuing so many priority 9 orders, like digging out sandstone for no reason. But yeah, I'm noticing Nick's stress is going up. Can't deny that. Now just awaiting construction. It's close to getting done. I don't think it's going to get done today, though. And to be fair, we do, yeah, like we have insufficient oxygen generation because of the fact that we're not delivering, that's definitely not gonna get done, but I appreciate your efforts. Also, like, just to construct this, Bear, you are a god. Like, my dude is running out of oxygen mid-construction here. Thank you so much for your help, Mathis. If you guys could avoid passing out here, that'd be good. We're doing fine on edible. Did these get switched off? They did get switched off. We're still not generating any power that gets stored. We wasted no power. We wasted no power. We generated 22 kilos under the level of oxygen we should have generated. Nick, you're way up high here. Like, it should be... It's 24 degrees in here. Your stress should be lowering right now, in my opinion. I do also have... Don't we have a 10... stress massage table that he might be able to take advantage of? So the goal for this episode, and I think we've done a pretty good job so far, we reworked our hydrogen area, and we put a lot of focus on it, actually. The thing with the hydrogen is that it really should be... It's not going to fire very often, but it should be almost like set it and forget it. Like, once it's functional here... No gas intake. Once it's functional here, I think it's pretty much good to go. Can we do that? Can we just, like, deconstruct this pipe and have all of the hydrogen go straight into the generator? I did not even consider it. I think what we did before is we pumped hydrogen into a room and then we had a gas pump the hydrogen again into this thing. But if we could just deposit the hydrogen exactly where we want it, even better, dude. I see you're picking up that algae, but I think it's more... integral to get this done, like, immediately. Okay. Insufficient oxygen generation. We're not in too bad of a state right now, but it obviously could be better. I just want to see this work. What do you mean insufficient resources? Yeah, now it should be pumping. There we go. Now the downside of this, and I just realized this now, is that it's not gonna actually, 3 duplicants are idle. Is not going to get rid of the hydrogen that's kind of latently in there. So we would need another pump to do that, but I think in general this is a much easier way to kind of approach the situation. Alright, so there's no jobs. I got no jobs issued right now. Here's a job. Wow, the oxygen got depolluted very quickly. Here's a job for you. Base, ladder, go to base, ladder and roll, go to base. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Extremely quick dig operation, and once you finish that, at like a priority 7, I'll give you a dig here. Just don't want you to accidentally make it so you can't dig where you're supposed to dig. And I don't want to see these idols no more. I am wondering why, can they not go low enough to get the water? Like, why are we in this situation right here where they say that there's nothing for the algae terrariums? We have tons of algae. It says we have 0 water, but we have... Are they concerned about the pump? The pump's not getting this water anymore. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Deconstruct it. And then... And again, these are going to be priority 9s, but we're going to do like a base, ladder, and roll down here. And then we'll set up another pump. And this is just a very... simple way of making this happen. That may indeed prove to not really be appropriate, but trying to make it a little future-proofed as well. Sure, you gotta swim a little bit. You might get a little chilly down here, but, you know, that's the price you pay for fresh water, I think. In my opinion, it's a small price to pay. You know, we gotta... I'm noticing. We have a weird little problem here. Sometimes we lack the power to run our gas pumps, and that creates a lot of issue. Because if we lack the power to make our gas pumps... To make our gas pumps pump, I should say. We also, and we have gotten rid of those building situations, which is good. Why aren't you guys researching? That's what bothers me. Do you have dirt? We have dirt. Why aren't you researching? We have research done, right? Like, it's being done right now. Why are you idle? Bear, I know you research, my dude. I guess we have some units that just refuse to dig, which I understand even if I disagree with. Well, I mean, I hate to do it, but we could always use more refined metal. So we're going to issue some refining orders pretty soon. For now, if you just want to, you know, do some digging, don't let me stop you. What's overloaded? Surely not the heavy watt joint plate. We're still overloaded. You're just okay. This is not the way to do this, but everybody, you're doing everything from now on. Still idle. How? You can't make it past the heavy watt joint plate, can you? I understand now. I did see, you know what? You learn, you live and learn. I didn't realize that this was actually a tile. I thought it was a victimless crime. I thought it took it went inside of a tile. But I'll tell you what. Kind of at a loss for what to do next. We continue to seem to be sort of running into power-related issues, despite having this hydrogen generator pump in here. So I think I'm going to end the episode here. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. We got a decent system set up with our hydrogen generator here. I don't think it's producing a whole lot of resources, but it is doing something with our existing hydrogen, which I really appreciate. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.